Hello, and welcome to the box room. And what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put together a box. These boxes have served me well. They come from Home Depot. And I don't know how many I have, but they're, well, before the pandemic, they were 99 cents. Maybe that was their lost leader to entice you to go in there, get a bunch of these, and then go back and say, oh, I need more boxes. All right. Now, I'm trying to fit this under the desk, but the support on the table is getting in the way. So, what I'm about to do, okay, there, I folded them. So, and now, I'm going to put together another box. I'm going to go through this basket of things to be tested. Not that I'm going to test anything at this moment, but the basket is not doing it for me. So I think I'm going to go with cables and things in the one. Look, it's like a, I believe it's a non-Commodore serial cable. This, you may have seen recently, is a little joysticky thing made by Suncor, I believe, for people who liked GEOS. So that's going to go in the other box. And I'm sure this is fine. It's a line cord, just a regular, whatever. I will, I mean, it's been in a box so long, it has styrofoam crud. Anyway, cables over there. Cables. What is this? It's two things. Ugh. Oh, it's another power cable. Cables. And another serial cable to hook a disk drive to a 64 or 128 or a big 20. Now this little dude is stuck. All right. This one, of all things, I do still use this kind of thing. This one oh, you know what? This even has Braille on it. I don't know if you can see that. It has little Braille stuff on there. Anyway, I am going to set this aside because I still have a couple of old iPads that I use. And I need to charge them. Now I have other cables, but I'll put this close by. Here are some discs. Double-sided, hard density, formatted for IBM and compatibles. That is not a cable. Now this of course is sort of in the middle. It's the switch. It's not an RF modulator. It's the switch. So you can pick the signal. And here, oh my, here's another. You know what I think? I think I'm going to make an executive decision. Put that in the cable box. Here, oh, look. Here's another. It's an RCA to RCA cable that went with the 64, maybe the big 22, to connect to the RF modulator. Soon I will have a way to test the RF modulator in every 64. And I can also test these things. So in with the cable. Here is a game. So it can go in there. Tooth Invaders. Power cable. Cable. Oh my, things are Things are having a bit of a time here. Joystick, Wico. That is not a cable, though it has a cable. Now here, I don't know why this is here by its lonesome. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick this in a box over here where there's other more, more things. Here is a koala pad. That is not a cable, so it can go in this box. Now this is nothing to do with Commodore stuff. It is nothing to do with it. It is to give you 3 handy outputs. I'm going to take this out to the car. I got it years ago, and I'm not going to hardwire it in. It has all the stuff. I think I'm going to find another end that I'll steal off something else and just have it where I can plug it in. Because, sometimes when you're driving, and I know you're not supposed to be on the phone when you're driving, and generally I'm not, I like to be able to put things in the back of the car and have them charged there while I'm driving, so I'm not tempted to do things that I shouldn't do. Look, here's a data set. It's missing its top drawer thing, or door. That is not a cable, but I will gently place it in there. Here is the bottom of a 1541-2. Just the circuit board. It is not a cable. It can go in there. What is this? Aha. Here is a power supply for 1541-2. I think that's all I have here. And that can go in there. Now this, I am not sure. Oh yeah. Oh, things. Another koala pad. Could use a bit of a face wash, don't you say? What is this? It's a cable. 5-pin. Oh, okay. 5-pin video. Looks like it's had a cable cut off of it. Anyway. Cable. Power cable. This doesn't really need testing. It's a part. I am starting, by the way, I've taken the little bins out of here. There's a shelf that we got years ago that I really don't like and I really didn't want. But I guess, it's not in here. I'm going to start to use it with these bins. Here is another serial cable. And, the chances are of cables being bad are not likely. Power cable. But things do happen. Look. It's a blank cassette. Well, it might say something. Anyway, it can go in there. Now this, 12 September 1980. It's Einstein. And it does have battery things. I guess it needs 2 different kinds. It looks like it has a thing for a 9-volt over here, maybe. And maybe a C cell over here. And is it likely to work? No. It's missing its back covers. But anyway, I'll put it in the non-cable box. What is this? Oh, okay. This thing, I think it's a little bag of things. I think it goes with that thing for the car. Anyway, I'll take it out. Power cable. But anyway, there are times when power cables fail, or something, probably something just inside. I will tell you a story. For a while, I worked at a warehouse in Florida of a large grocery chain called Winn-Dixie, where I would not say they were tremendously wonderful people to work for, but anyway, there I was. Anyway, one night, I go in, and I go to turn on the computer thing that talks to the people in Tampa, and it won't come on. So I was kind of baffled. So I called up the guy in charge, and, I know about computers, and, looking back on it, I shouldn't have called him initially. I should not have. It's a 5-pin video cable. Cool. Anyway, it's a cable. It's a cable to an RF modulator. Anyway, I called him and said, yo, something up here. And he said, oh, and he raced right over it. And sure enough, it wouldn't come on. Now, right then, that one's attached to something. Right then, actually, before I even called him, look, it's parts of a 1541 too, but there, like this is lunched. Ouch. What am I saying? Oh yeah, anyway, so I should have not have called him initially. Switch. I should have said to the person who was, actually I'm not sure, maybe I was alone. I should have just grabbed a power cable off something else and said, okay, let's see what happens here. But, he always said, oh, if anything's up, call me. Oh. So I called. What do we got here? Another serial cable in the cable box. Anyway, he was like, oh my God. So they called, got their special IBM service guy in at great expense, and he was there for some time, diddling around, trying out things. And then finally, it was decided it was the power cable. And I would bet well, I know there was nothing wrong with that cable. Somewhere I still have that cable. This is like 30 years ago. I kept it. Works fine on everything. But somehow, of the 3 connections there were there, by the way, here, I think it's an Amiga 500 power supply. It's not a cable. It could go in there. Somehow there was either the micro corrosion or something. And I'm probably spraying stuff in might have helped it. But anyway, I've used it on other things. It's a big, strong, heavy-duty power cable. It's fine. But somehow those things, the 2 of them together, just had enough. Somehow the connection wasn't happening. Anyway, I never called so quickly again. Oh, look. Here's a little, you've probably seen this in another video, a little baseball game. It, too, is missing its cover. Looks like AA batteries. Anyway, the next time I had something that went strange in there, we had this modem that basically just looked, by the way, video cable in the cable box. We had this modem that looked just like an unobtrusive square box serial cable. And it was supposed to do this certain bunch of flashing stuff to communicate, and didn't do it. 5-pin video cable needs cleaning. And testing, of course. Oh, here's the top of the data set. Anyway, so the girl who was working with me, we were kind of like, and I remembered back to long serial cables. This is like 10 feet. The days of that power thing, and I thought, oh, you know what? I decided I was going to use my troubleshooting skills, and also, not long before that, by the way, this is an RF modulator for a VIC-20, and I'm going to put that in the cable thing. And it was to do with the Amiga 500. And quite seriously, they suggested that if a 500 came in doing weird things, when you weren't to do this in front of the customer, that was a joystick, by the way. Look, it's another joystick, the kind I love, but I haven't tested it. Anyway, you were to take the Amiga 500 and pick it up about 6 inches off a solid table and drop it. Because with the 500, of course, everything was right underneath the keyboard. So there you are typing away. Every time you're typing, there's this little vibration and things and stuff, and the chips just somehow become a little unseated. Oh, sorry, that was a... This is an interface to go from a 64, perhaps a 128, to an RS-232 modem, like a Hayes modem and other such things. Okay, so we're getting there. Anyway, so knowing that we just got this thing from Commodore, and knowing that this thing had always worked, there was no reason it shouldn't work. Oh, here's a power cable that I cut off of a power supply. Parts, but I'll throw it in a cable box. And this thing still confounds me, but I'll check into it. It's a sound converter, and it has Mickey Mouse ears on it. That is not a cable. Anyway, serial cable. So, I said to the woman I was working with, I said, now, this is not working. We cannot do anything. We are stuck without it working. So I'm going to do something. I'll show you what I'm going to do. But it's not going to make it any worse. But, you may not want to tell Bill, the guy in charge, what I did. So I picked it up, 6 or 7 inches above the desk, and I dropped it. And it had little rubber feet. And I don't have anything that looks like this. Might have been similar in size to a 1541, but certainly didn't weigh as much. So I dropped it, and she gasped, "Oh my God." And then we turned it back on, and the lights started doing, what they had been doing. But as they were, lights were happening, it just wasn't connecting. And we had tried turning it off and changing the power cable. So I did the smack. We watched. And when it reached the point that it had always been sticking on, it carried on. It made contact with Tampa. We were good. Didn't need to call. Didn't need to seek the wisdom of anybody. We were good. And as far as I know, I never told the guy what we did. And as far as I know, neither did she. Ooh. I think that 1541 too that was really ripped apart, I think this goes with it. That certainly is something I would probably keep to use myself and not sell to anybody, assuming it works. All right. Oh, let's see here. We're almost done with this. Another cable. This one's kind of dirty. Serial cable. A video cable. Probably, yep, 8-pin. Ta-da! There's a nice, pretty 1541 2 power supply. And the box under here is getting kind of overfull. But it has weird shaped things. Ugh. Here, oh yeah, this is filthy. It's a Commodore 128 power supply. But it's filthy. But, just because it's filthy, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. Okay. And here, there was a 9-volt thing in that funny game thing, but it was missing this So I will toss it in the box. And here is our Nob Hill Farms. Oh, Food Basics. Well, I wonder if it still says. Anyway, these were originally Nob Hill Farm things. Maybe Food Basics said, hey, those are kind of cool. And when Nob Hill Farms closed down, they went to the company that used to make them and said, we'd like to use those. Anyway, they also make, reasonably sized, but not huge, laundry baskets. All right, what else do we have here? Here, look at that, spring. This is a 5-pin extension cable that I have been using on this monitor over here to hook up to the old things. And here, I don't know why I have this hooked up here, but I do. Here's a power cable for 1541. Why is it plugged in over there? I don't know. And then we come to the 1541s. Anyway, I do need to sweep up in here because there is some stuff left over from the Commodore 128 box that's falling apart. So power supplies to clean, power cable to put on the door. I reach under here. And there is a Commodore 64 in the box. This is the Canadian sleeve, I think. And I believe it also has Olympic overtones. And of course, I got the French side, but mind you, it was made in the USA. Just a moment here. Oh, I gotta flip it. I've gotta flip it. Oh, excuse me. Ow. Oh. Yeah, there's something in there. This package includes the Commodore 64, 64K personal computer, keyboard, power transformer, easy-to-use manual on the basic programming language, plus a connector for TV if you wish to attach the Commodore 64 to a standard black and white or color television set. Cool. All right, this I should probably put in a bin, which I will do, but I don't have a specific bin for that yet. And here is a power cable that I know it's fine. I'm going to just put things over here because this table is full. And this table is getting towards empty. Isn't that lovely? That was easy. And here is the Death 6.25 volt power supply. Death. Now, let's see here. Here, as I say, here is 1541. Does it have notes on it? Of course not. That is irksome. I think it works. I think it's fine. But I don't know. Oh, things happen. I'll put that on the pile. Now I'm going to try and do something. I think I can do it. But it's tough. There's a pet down here. And no, it's not Penny. There is a pet on the floor. It's the last one that is not in the pet room. And, oh. Okay. And it says it's a 4016. But I think it's been upgraded. Oh, and the lid, it does have the screws. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And there it is. Oh, yeah. It's up. Oh. It's up. Now, if I remember rightly, and I may not, I think the issue it was having was similar to the pet that I did surgery on not that long ago. First, I want to peek inside, make sure I haven't left anything in there that's going to get in the way. And no, it looks fine. And indeed, it looks like the same board. Is everything socketed? Oh my god. It looks like everything is in sockets. This is the one I've been looking for, except, of course, the reason it's sitting here. If I turn it on, there's something weird. Right? All this weird stuff comes up on the screen. Mostly dollar signs. So what I think, if I hit return, oh yeah, on the keyboard I think it's filthy dirty. Maybe, can we get anything to work? Is the keyboard even connected? No, it is not. Just a moment. It is hard to type on a PET or any Commodore machine if the keyboard is not connected. This, you know what, I have this light over here. I think I need to move it because I can't see. The light is in my eyes, and I gotta move the PET. And then I think I can squish that down, put that like that, and say, oh, looky, I can see. I can see. So, now the keyboard connector is on. Turn it back on. See that the same kind of thing is going on that it was. Nothing different. But now maybe. Huh. Well, oh, something happened. Some key worked. Somewhere. Something worked. But I don't know what it was. Alright, so the keyboard could be very, very dirty. Something did happen, though. At one moment in there, I just don't know what I was pressing. So it could be, possibly, there could be multiple failures, or it could be the keyboard is dirty. But when I look inside, I'm just going to turn this for a moment, just so I can get a good look. No, 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 no. No, the Commodore 64 is not going to fall down. It's not going to fall down. It can sit on the 128. All right. If I go in here and I take this light, and you probably can't see this at all. Not very well, anyway. Anyway, amen. Every major chip is in a socket. This is the kind of thing that I've been looking for, even though it's not working. I'm suspecting it's the same two chips, the screen RAM chips that are trouble. I'm suspecting. Am I sure? No, I'm not sure, but I'm suspecting. And then, what I really have been wanting, without having to take one apart and do lots of soldering, to get sockets into something. This has everything in the sockets. Everything. Oh, sorry. The minor. It also has 8 RAM chips in socket because this is marked as a 4016, but it was upgraded against Commodore's wishes. But from what I can see here, it was not violated by them. So whoever added them, it would look that they added. And you know what? I think they were added at a dealer, I bet. Because all the little capacitors are identical to the other ones, the little blue guys. And all the chips are in sockets. And it's done, from what I can tell, quite neatly. So somebody probably got it and then went back to their dealer and said, I'd like to upgrade this to 32K. Can you imagine? 32K. Oh no. I think someone is trying to call. Andrew? But I'm not wishing to take the call at this time. I want to keep recording. So I'm just going to turn this around. There's the pet. There it is. I'm going to turn it around and just see what's on the back. Well, it is marked IEEE. It is. And there's also a thing about the user port, about what things are. And there's some other thing. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, there are stickers, but I was hoping maybe I would find something that said Mayor, like what store, whatever, I don't know. But there isn't. But anyway, this machine needs to go downstairs. And as much as I am trying to assemble the pet room, I got to dig into this one. I just have to. I must. Anyway. So now, and now that I've done all that, this box of cables. I do not wish to do anything with this cord. That would be bad. Anyway, the cable box, which has nothing to do with cable, but it's got cables in it. It can slide under the table. Life is potentially good. All right, well, that is enough for tonight. This is monumental. I am very much looking forward to digging into it. It looks in good shape, and I suspect with a 2114 chip from a VIC-20, it can be good again. I think, maybe, possibly. We will find out. But that will be when we go to the pet room. The box room is a work in progress. And yes, this desk is not looking so great right now, but it will. It will indeed. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming. We'll see you again in the box room, the pet room, and here and there. Bye for now.